Breaking news now, the U.S. is issuing financial sanctions against two major Russian intelligence agencies and the St. Petersburg-based troll farm and other Russian citizens and businesses indicted by Special Counsel Robert Mueller on charges of meddling with the 2016 U.S. presidential election. Bloomberg's White House Deputy Team Leader Mike Dorning is with us from Washington. Mike, so what are these penalties listed on the Treasury Department's website?
So these will essentially blacklist these organizations from the U.S. financial system and, of course, these individuals. So it will have some effect. I'm not sure the GRU has an account at Citibank or anything like that under its own name, but it's an important symbolic impact, and it means that these individuals who were indicted by Mueller not only will never be able to travel to the United States, but they'll also face financial penalties around the world.
Was the U.S. forced into this action, Mike, or could it have just ignored it?
It would have been pretty hard for the administration to ignore this when you have this actual indictment laying out a case on how these individuals were involved in the election meddling. The intelligence agencies, I'm sure, were telling the White House and the Treasury Department the same thing. The president has also been under tremendous pressure for over a year from both Democratic and some Republican lawmakers even to take more of a penalties, take some sort of action against Russia for the election meddling. Now, on top of that, right now you have this incident in Britain where Putin's intelligence services essentially poisoned people with very deadly nerve agents. So when you put it all together, it would be hard to resist this.
We have seen some move on the ruble falling to session lows after the headlines crossed. Right now is holding steady and falling 0.4%. But tell us, what broader implications does this have for U.S.-Russia relations now?
This has some implication. It's a symbolic repudiation of Putin and this election meddling, but it's not going to a high level. This is kind of a minimum sanction to make a public statement and have a little bit of an effect. The other things that had been talked about when they had those reports that Congress had asked for, looking more broadly at oligarchs that support the Russian government, those are things that would have more of a bite. This is kind of a minimal step, but it's an important slap in the face at Russia.